Hello everyone, I am back again from doing the BJD prop, which was super rough. If you read the description I left on that one, I was like, in hindsight, I probably should have just typed out what I wanted to say, if only because I'm a lot more succinct that way when I can just, erase stuff and edit stuff and blah, 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 and a lot more confident behind my words. But I did want to put my face to it and whatnot. I don't know why, it just felt important to me, so yeah, that's why I ended up doing it. But anyway, I'm here to give what few updates I actually do have before I forget all about them. For starters, I'm sure you noticed in the last video, and you notice he's still here, but my student Sabic, Mr. Brightside, who last time I think he was ever in a video was when I opened him, and I think I did like a slight introduction video, I hope. I probably should have looked that up first. But that was the last time you saw him. He's actually been headless. He took off his head. I was gonna do his face up like right away, but he is actually one of my Grail dolls. Like I have my Sard, who is my other one, and of course my Dulce Saint. I don't have a lot of Grail dolls, but he was definitely one of them. When I first saw him, I just fell in love and I wanted him. And I was unaware. I think actually, yeah, I definitely said this before, but I'll mention it again for people who just, didn't even want to deal with that video. But I, every time I went past the website, it showed him as sold out. So I just pined for him and pined for him. And at the time when I was getting into the dolls, he wasn't on the secondhand market a lot. I noticed he's showing up a little more, but definitely not a lot. Like every time I'd find him, he'd be sold out, and it sucked, or it'd be just his head. And I've seen a lot of very wrong hybrids because unfortunately his head and face are just a lot bigger than a lot of 70 centimeter dolls. So there's a lot of 70 centimeter bodies he just does not look right on. He is very weird. It sounds strange, but he is very proportionate to his 80 centimeter body. It's really annoying. Of course, there's more body options coming out all the time, so whatever. But anyway, he was always sold out, and I had given up all hope on him until I randomly was finding out about him. I found the Mecha Angel thread. Someone had bumped it up. I didn't even know there was one. And I found out that Zoom just sells them really friggin' weird. They sell them for 5 days in the middle of the month. Every other month it's boys, every other month after that is the girls. Though I think they have recently changed it where every third month for 5 days in the middle of the month they offer both the boys and the girls. It's a really silly system. I'm like, they don't not a lot of people buy Mega Angels, so I almost feel like they should just offer them all the time, because what's the harm of always having them up when like one person every like 5 months orders one? They're not very popular because they're so freaking big, and also because if you read up at all on Mecha Angels, their bodies are ridiculous. Trying to deal with their bodies, I can't even with his body. I'm going to work on it, but I can't eat. Ugh. But yeah, so when I got him, I was just so intimidated because it took a long time to get him, to get the funds together, and I had never thought I would get him, and yeah, it was just intimidating. So I got him, and while I was waiting for him, thought up this whole face up idea. But when I got him, I completely changed my mind, and I wanted to make him like kind of extravagant, not like ridiculously so, because I don't think he could carry it off that way, because he has a very man face, which I love. He's so handsome, and I just hit myself in the glasses with his hat. But you know, so I wanted to do some like turquoise like eyeshadow on him and give him like very light everywhere else. But as simple as it sounds, I was super intimidated because I'm not the best at face ups. I don't know if I ever will be. I used to be, you know, so into, you know, doing artistic things, and then I stopped for like 10 years. And it's hard trying to get all that back, and I wasn't even the best in the first place. I feel like if I had practiced that whole 10 years, I'd be somewhere like not, you know, great and fantastical now, but I'd be somewhere good. But I gave it all up and didn't practice a thing, didn't lift a brush, didn't anything. So trying to get back into it, I'm very rusty, and painting doll face is a lot different than painting on a sheet of paper. And I don't know, I'm also a very impatient person, so sometimes I feel like my face ups are very like rushed and horrible. But out of nowhere, I don't know, I'm trying to get back into, you know, doing BJD stuff, and I failed horribly at getting my Dr. Olivia's Decora outfit together. I just failed. I'm actually going to still do it, but I failed getting it done in time for the contest, not contest, but the what's the word for it? What the hell is wrong with my brain today? Challenge. There we go. Found it. But yeah, I'm still gonna do it, but I failed so hard. But I have been trying to, you know, steadily get back into doing things, and I looked over at him, and he's literally had his head off since about like a couple days after I got him, and it's been sitting on his lap. When I moved my dolls to my new apartment, I moved his body and his head separate because he was still headless, and I couldn't find anything to put his head back on. It was pitiful, and I was tired of it, and I was like, he's my girl doll, I have to paint him, I have to do something. So I went for it, and I have to say, it's actually not bad. Of course, it needs, you know, some tweaks, of course, because again, not good at face-ups, but it came out like I think is the best face-up I've done to date, and I'm glad he has it, and I think he looks so pretty, and I don't know, he's come to life for me now. Now I want to just do all this stuff for him. For starters, I am getting him a new wig. This wig, whoa, I forgot. Sorry. The wig I have him in, I actually got for one of my pull-ups. And she doesn't need the wig back or anything, but it's not, it's made for a pull-up, so it's made a little differently than how Lynn Kiki or Monster Designs makes their wigs. So it's made for a pull-up size head, and surprisingly, his head is slightly smaller than a pull-up. So I'm actually thinking of getting him a new wig from her. The one that's long in front, so it would come around his neck. I think that would look so pretty on him. I would have to get it commissioned, so I'm about to send her like a shitload of questions asking if she's even taking commissions right now, because like on her Etsy it says you can order like made to order wig, but then it says commissions are closed. I'm like, you gotta tell me which one it is. So yeah, I want to get him a new wig, and since it's not that expensive, I actually should be able to get it for him now, so I'm going to do that. This hat, weirdly enough, actually belongs to Loki, but he kind of stole it, so I might just let him have it. It needs something, though. I got it just to test it out. I didn't know if it would fit on any of my dolls. But it turns out it fits great. It fits both of them very well. So I'm actually going to get like some ribbon to like adorn it or what have you. And if you can't tell, you probably can't see it too well, but he's wearing what I call the fluffy pink sweater of doom. This is not his sweater. In fact, it's not really anyone's sweater because it's made for an American Girl doll. And it's actually very short on him. And it's short on everyone I put it on. Like, because, you know, American Girl dolls are just, they're shorter, and, you know, how they're built is just, this is perfect for them, but doesn't really work too well on anyone else. Well, on BJDs, I should say. So he's wearing this because I unfortunately only have 3 shirts that really actually fit him. I have this, I have another American Girl sweater that I bought, but it looked, I put it on and it was just too, like, Huxtable. Like, I was just like, I can't, I know. So I took that off, and then the other shirt I have for him is just annoying. I don't like dealing with it. It's actually part of this suit I bought him, and unfortunately, the suit, I want a really nice suit for him, and I paid $100 for it, and at first when I got it, I thought, you know, this suit is perfect, but it's not cut right for a mecha angel. It's from Dalmore. It was for the glamour model guys, you know, the big guys they have. It's cut for them, and they're built just differently enough that it just looked like he was wearing someone else's suit, if you get what I mean. So, like, it started to just actively just irritate the crap out of me. So it's to the point where he's still wearing the pants from the suit, but he can't wear the rest because it irks me too much. So he had to wear the fluffy sweater of doom. But I plan to, this is you know, maybe because I know how I am about sewing, but I do want to try for him. I might make him a basic t-shirt right now, and then I'm going to attempt to find him a really nice outfit. Even if he only has the one outfit for a while, I want him to have one all his own that is actually, like, made for his body and will look good on him. I want him to look nice. So yeah, he's my next project. And another thing I have to do is get him, I'm thinking about getting thicker elastic for him at this girl Linda from the doll meets I go to, who I just love her doll so much, and she's like one of the nicest people ever. But she suggested putting thicker string in him, and I didn't even think about that, so I might try and find some thicker elastic and ask her opinion on, you know, what to do about that. And I might hot glue suede him in some places, like his arms can, like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like right now his arm is turned the opposite way. And it easily will just do that. Like, you'll pick him up and just do something random and his arm will just go phew, and you're like, stop. So I might suede there, because I don't think just changing the thread, the elastic will, I mean tightening the elastic will do. I think it's a whole engineering problem. So yeah, he's my next big project. On top, the only other updates I can think of is I did order Rise wig. I'm super happy about that. I don't know when it will ship. It's not shipped now, and I was hoping it would be, but then I have to be patient. It's coming from China, and the shipping option was really cheap, so I'm figuring it's gonna come like the slowest way it'll come, so I have to be patient about it. I want to hear now though, because I think it'll look so great on him, and I really do just want to replace this wig he has, because it would, for such a long time there, it was just perfect, but then, like, it just really quickly fell to crap. Of course, it's 2 years old now, almost. Like, that boggles my mind Rye is almost 2 years old. It's almost scary. I'm like, oh my god, he's almost 2. How long have I been in this hobby again? And this month is actually it's when I ordered him, I believe. I'm going to have to look that up. It's when I joined Den of Angels. So, yeah. So, I'm coming up on, 2-year anniversary times. It's kind of interesting. I was unaware this would become, like, an actual hobby to me. I was afraid I was getting into it. Oh, I got into it for, looking back now, it was probably all the wrong reasons, but I was afraid that, like, those wrong reasons would lead to me, buying a couple dolls and then be like, okay, I'm done with this. But it hasn't so far, and hopefully with the way things are going, since I'm steadily getting back into it, it won't for a long while. At least I'm hoping. I love these dolls, so we'll see where it goes. But yeah, and I think that's it for, updates that I'm aware of. I want to try to do some more face-ups because I'm getting to this point where I really want to get good at them. Not necessarily for commissions, because I'm too nervous to have other people's property in my hands. And plus, the way I do face-ups, I just would be like, like, I don't know if I would, I'd feel like I was disrespecting your stuff, and I'd have to keep everything like perfect, and I have cats, so you never know where that goes, and yeah, I'm just too nervous with other people's stuff. And I don't know if I could take on commissions with how my schedule goes, because, I don't have a lot of time during the week. And on weekends, sometimes on weekends, Saturdays, sometimes I'll do nothing all day because I've had such a hard week. I just don't want to do anything. And Sundays will be when I get stuff done, but I don't want to, like, put all the commissions on Sundays because it takes me forever to do face-ups. And when I rush, my face-ups get to the point where I have to wipe them because they look absolutely awful. So, yeah. So, I do want to get better, but mostly for personal, use. And maybe if someone local is like, hey, you want to do a face-up? I'll give you $20. I'll do it, but they'd have to be local and be able to come get their stuff, and I'd have to give them every morning I just gave. So, yeah. But I can't really think of anything else that I'm solidly for sure. I know there's things I want to do besides the face-ups. One is I want to start getting Junie back into shape, my resin soul leaf, because I haven't been able to do much with her because I need to restring her and redo her hot glue sueding because I messed up. Like, she was the first doll I've ever hot glue sueded, and so of course, problems can arise. And the hot glue I put on her knees is just too thick. So, like, she's really kicky right there when she shouldn't be. And not only that, it's bad for her to be kicky there because there's such a thin piece there on Resin Soul Doll. So, I want to get that fixed. And I also want to redo her face up because the testers has gone gunky. It's why I will not use testers again unless it's for, practice purposes, because her face up, while not at all the best, not even nearly near the best, I felt so proud of it when I finished it, and I like it so much for her, and I'm afraid to try and recreate it and fail at it. But I don't want her to have a slightly yellowed, gunky, dirty face either. So, like, I'm like, I'd rather risk trying to redo it. So, I'm going to do that. I just don't know when, and I don't know if that'll be my next project. It's between her right now and Loki. Those are the ones I'm feeling strongly against. I kind of want to get Loki together, but I have no inspiration for his face up because I I don't imagine he wears color, and I always put color in my face-ups. I don't know if you noticed, my face-ups, you know, are remarkably similar because I love color. I wear eyeshadow. I love eyeshadow on my dolls, and usually when I face up a doll, you know, that's one of the things I think of first, you know, what color make their eyes. But with him, it's just like, and I'm like, I can't deal with that. I need to figure this out, but I don't know how. So, we'll see. So, yeah, I'm guessing that's all for now, and I should stop rambling because, my God, this is friggin' over 20 minutes. I don't know what is my problem lately. And so thank you if you watched, and I hope to have pictures of him soon so you can actually see his face, because I realize you can't. And yeah, see you later. Bye.